Hello there, and welcome back to modding Skyrim slowly but surely. Just got home an hour ago, and I fed Glitch, and he is not satisfied, so it's like right next to me going, hey mom, hey, can I have more food? See how much of a distraction it'll be. I might have to get up. Hello, Hendris. New backgrounds. Yeah, well, one background. But yeah, I have plans with that image to try to make like a seasonal version, depending on whether we're in spring, summer, fall, or winter. I don't know how well that'll go for me, but I want to try that out. And regardless of that portion, I want to make it slightly animated, and have a new transition, because we have the transition where it's like the forest image, and then it shows the aLuckyMuse. I kind of want to change that up a little bit, and kind of essentially have that image pan up into the sky. So I'm going to be working on that. We both know that you're going to forget about that in maybe 2 months. Oh, not the background. Oh no, this has been a long time coming for wanting to revamp it. And just having it there in my face all the time now, every time I stream, it's going to be a reminder. It's not an out of sight, out of mind thing. So I do want to do that, because not only will it be cathartic for me in a way, as a really nice art project that I want to do, but it also like showcases my thing of art whenever the stream starts. So I just need to play around in Photoshop to figure out what kind of skyline I want and sky background. And then after I do all that, I plan to share with the patrons, be like, this is how I make this, how it all comes together. A nice short and sweet tutorial. Play by play. Hello there, Zarlark. You still need to fix the X button. I'm working on that particular thing. Anytime you press the X button, it won't do anything. But when I do. Hello there, Carrie. Nice to see you. With that pretty purple name. Alright, so I was kind of brainstorming what direction I want to take at the moment. Part of me was like, hey, we should go into Skyrim and check out how this looks and tweak the colors and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But I'm thinking, and potentially change the design around, but I'm thinking I kind of just want to be extra chill today, and I'm just going to start on the circular one, because I'm pretty sure these are the elements I want to keep. The knot work, whatever you want to call it, it's not really knot work, braiding around the edges. I like that, and I like all the swirly visual interest there, and the skulls. So I'm just gonna try playing around with the round version of this, essentially, and just work it all out. Eventually see all of it here, and then tweak it. Just do it that way. I didn't forget this week. You didn't. So we do have the old banner there that I do want to edit eventually. New banner and the rug rough draft, which is done. So door banners, it's carpet. There we go. I can read. I think this is pretty much done for what it is right now. I might fray the edges a little bit, add dust and dirt and stuff, but as a design, we can just kind of pause it here Because I'm also thinking I don't want to lock it down too much. Because when I have them all in front of me, I might end up wanting to make tweaks at that point too. So it's just, I think it's more efficient this way, maybe. We'll see. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it in here. It's so small. Actually, that's a question. How big is, well, I think this texture's probably big enough. I don't know. We're doing like 1K, 4K stuff in Skyrim now. I don't need this in inches. I mean, yeah, it's a 1K texture. I think that should be fine. So I guess this is a 1K texture too. Yeah, we're fine. We're probably fine. I feel like the rug is usually bigger, so it should probably be a little bit bigger of a texture. But, I can optimize later. Alright. Yeah, I'm already seeing things where it's like, oh no, this lacks blue. I need to put blue in it to make it work with that. No. Back and forth. And the lighting changes so much. It changes this so much. Alright, my own personal sanity. Before we jump into the circle. Sounds like some weird ritual when I say it like that. I want to turn my textures off and my folds off there. I have to have those because they do the color changes. Yeah, it doesn't really... It wouldn't really help. I was thinking of doing like the flat version, like how I have for this rug, and put it in here. But I tweak the colors so much, so it's not very helpful. Alright. I'll just abandon that idea. This is a neutral gray, right? Right in the middle of my spectrum here. I think 128 is actually the middle. Which is actually brighter. That's funny. Yeah, alright, so we'll leave it there. I was thinking that this actually looked a little bit bright since they were dealing with such dark colors. Alright, where are our rugs here? In all these folders, disorganized as they are. Oh, right, actually I don't have improve setup, monitor, improve colors. That's a little bit uglier to me, being extra saturated, but whatever. I'll let it go. I know I exported. Sorry, I'm in the Explorer trying to find what I need. Oh, okay, they're in banners because that's super intuitive. Alright, so I edited that, and I want to edit this. Okay. We want a new layer. And we need to just grab our alpha here as a mask. So when we paint our circular rug, it will be in the same shape, essentially. We don't have to deal with making a new alpha or anything. Image size. Oh my god, stop doing inches! We're gonna bump this up to 1K, which is that's 1K, right? No. 1080. I think. I certainly hope. Hold on. I'm really bad at remembering these numbers, and I don't know why. There we go. I always have to double check. It's horrible too, because I do like retextures and stuff all the time, but nope. Can't remember the simple things. Guess who completely forgot that an animation also needed sound. You know what I did in college? I looked up one of my acquaintances that was a music major, and I was like, hey dude, you wanna like collaborate with me? And teachers loved it because it was like, oh yeah, cross major collaboration, also artsy, yay. So I just had like a music major just whip out a background song for me. It was great. I did not have to compose anything. Because I mean, like, honestly, in the workforce, it's not your job to do that. You're the animator. You got someone else doing sound effects and background music. Or was it you? It's a powerfully good guess. I need to get that thing done by today? Oh god. Well, I guess you could get some pre-made music and slap it in there. Yeah, it's always good to make yourself a game plan at the beginning of any project. Keep yourself organized on all of the different moving parts, because it can get really complicated. Okie dokie. Let me get in here and take this background color, because that's what we're working with right now for our color palette. Ew. This doesn't look good. So this is the texture that they used, huh? So I know I have like certain textures in here. I should see. I guess it doesn't really concern me at the moment. I'm kind of sidetracking a little bit here, looking if I have glitter, which with the right filter, it pretty much could work. Dirt and sand. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. You can get away with a lot more than you think, and I have leather. Okay, so I don't really have carpeting in here. I didn't think I did. Could get away with glitter, but or the filter stylized. It was one of these. Noise. Filter noise, add noise, and have that as a multiplier and overlay. That can work really well in a pinch. And, I mean, I would probably blow it up after I made it, and it would essentially look like that anyway. Because our not so important professor only showed up like twice per semester? What? Wants to explain the assignment and wants to grab the assignments once they were done. That person doesn't seem like they like teaching. putting it out there. Okay, I guess I'll do a neutral, a slightly darker gray. It'll be easier on my eyeballs. And now we gotta figure this out somehow. Let me grab this outline layer. Going to apply that so that I can free transform it again. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take this out and put it to the side here. Oops. Come on. There we go. I should do the ropes first. It's probably the way I should do it. Alright, let me grab the rope layer and put it in here. Alright. Now this is 1K. Really? The knotwork looks small. Interesting. Okay. I won't judge too harshly on that. Guess we'll make it about that width. That's why I dragged it in here, so I could see kind of how big they need to be. I wonder if, well, okay, I'm gonna try to warp it to get a general shape. I don't think this is gonna work out very well for me. But, you know. It's gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna have to redo it by hand, yeah. Didn't think I was gonna get away with that one, but I had to try. So hyped when I heard the professor's background, who worked at Bloody Disney for the decade of all things. Back when it was a 2D animation studio. Is impressive. Oh god, it's not gonna be perfectly symmetrical. I mean, the circle isn't, I guess I want to get myself a guideline going first. Oh my god, Photoshop, stop. And then I'm going to try the butterfly mirror thing. That's not going to work. Fix the ratio. Actually the center? Come on, Photoshop, do it again. Yes. Oh, only that way, huh? That's helpful. Facebook business, get off my back. I guess that works. and I'll make this the line which I don't want to go over too much. So I need to expand it. I don't really know. Let's try 20. I guess that would work. Gives enough of a gap. Let me just double check here. Yeah, it is pretty minimal. All right. Something like that would be better. All right, I'm gonna stroke that. Silly words. Be in the center, okay. And that will be our guideline. Be able to put this over here for now. And I'm gonna want, not that paintbrush. Okay. That's the color we want. Oh, I can't zoom out. Well, now. I mean, I guess this is fine. I wouldn't know. Can't see. Don't apply. Okay. Paintbrush. New. If it matters. I really don't. Let me get my tablet ready here. Like, I know you have that kind of shaping thing to change where, like, to turn it if you want to do that, or change where the center is. I don't know if the box really matters in terms of that kind of size, because I would imagine even outside of it, it would still be functioning. So I don't really know enough about that tool. Oh dear. I need to turn on stroke. Brown color. Outside. I guess it's probably should have looked. The 3 looks reasonable. I think I had said too about how like my brain doesn't always fully get braids sometimes. And now I gotta do it. Stroke 4, 100, normal. Oh. Might as well just type it in. don't look like... Weird. This is definitely gonna look a little different. I got eraser. You're not on the right brush either. Hard. Okay, turn that off, turn that off. Should look much cleaner. It'll just look more natural, I guess. I don't know. That looks a little bit better than the other one. It's just like random symmetry. So glad I only have to do one corner of this. Done with that song. It's like, I don't like this song. I'm gonna try to live with it. Okay, I tried. I attempted. I'm done now. I feel like I've learned, as far as teachers are concerned, it's not always it's not always their background that's important. It's their ability to teach and their passion for teaching. Like, you're either a good teacher or you're not. And that really doesn't say too much on your talent, per se. Because, I mean, you could be a not-so-great artist, but be a fantastic art teacher because you know all of the different techniques and what, like, people should do, as far as general methods are concerned. Or even the fact that you'll just kind of be patient with someone compared to, well, not being patient with someone, I guess. I'm just asking a lot from them and being overly judgy based on their skill level. Or based on your skill level rather than theirs. I think that one's a little bit too big. I had a physics professor who was very, very smart, knew his stuff, did research on exoplanets using binary stars. But wow, was he bad at teaching. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I've come to see a lot, like especially in college, where you had these people that were really good, really skilled, and I imagine that's why the college like was seek them out and was like, hey, come teach at the class because you're someone who has a really impressive resume and everything. But just because you're really good at something, or maybe because you're good at that thing, means that you're kind of like not a good teacher. You're just doing the thing that you're passionate in so much that you got really good at it. It definitely takes a certain type of person to be a good teacher. But I mean, you can get people that are good at both, certainly. I had my one professor, it was funny, he wasn't like the best teacher in the world, but he was like so passionate about his love for artwork. It was very infectious, and he was very supportive of it, like, just keep going, and here's my critiques and stuff. It was almost like having an art like friend or a companion, like on this whole journey of just becoming a better artist. So not like really good in the traditional sense. I mean, definitely imparted wisdom and stuff, but it's better than some professors that I had that were really good artists, but they just essentially did like how you were talking, Hendris, where they were there and then they were gone because they didn't really want to teach or deal with any of that. Like, I'll never forget my one professor that literally made us watch paint dry. It's like, here's how you gesso a canvas. Now we'll just stand here and wait for it to dry until class is over. Yay! Wasn't it Parthenax who asked if it's better to be born good at art or to be born bad at art and to overcome it through effort? I love it. Yeah, that was like probably the best quote of the whole game. It was very good. Whoever was the writer who did that, props to you. I say out into the ether. For them probably never to hear it. Oh my god, I'm almost done. It's so exciting. Yeah, it's a very good quote because you can contemplate on that and use it for different things. Like art. It's like, oh man, I suck at art. It's like, yeah, but you know what? Life's a journey, dude. Okay, eraser. Oh, alright. It just seems like it's not as sharp as it should be. When erasing, I thought maybe the flow was on a different number. Or multiply. Or not multiply, opacity. Been getting a lot of crossing streams today. It's freaking out. It's freaking out on me. Sweet. I definitely got them a little bit bigger here compared to there. A little bit tighter. But close enough, close enough. And it is thinner on the inside here compared to this one where it's the equal stroke width. I'm not really sure how I managed that. I guess I just colored it in more on the inside. Seems a little strange, but I can fix it. Just make them ever thicker. Not sure how much that helped. See, no, this just bothers me here. I'll fix it. Fix it a different, more creative way. Okay. Done and done. Let's turn that off. And I'm gonna save this. Boop. Drink some coffee. So that was the easy part. Alright, I need it to kind of match this, so let's do some tricks. I'm gonna copy this layer. And I'm gonna make my stroke here be this color. Okay. That. Something like that. Copy this layer again, put it behind my first layer. Make my stroke a little bit bigger. It just looks weird. What is this madness? Yeah, well, I mean, it's just watered down instant coffee. It's not like it's real. coffee at this time of night. I know, right? I'll sometimes drink it around this time, cause for my D&D group, especially, we normally start like around 6-ish, and then we'll go into God knows when, like 11 o'clock, sometimes even closer to 12. And sometimes I just like want to fall asleep at basically 9 because I'm old now or whatever. So it can be hard for me to stay up. I mean, I think you've seen that, Carrie, and I think you were directly exposed to those shenanigans. So sometimes I'll drink coffee around this time, and since it's not like really strong or anything, it just keeps me like awake. Just awake. Just enough to function. Alright, so what we'll do is go layer, this layer, merge down, so this should be flattened, but it's not, which is annoying. There we go. And now we're going to select it. Oh no, we don't want the inside selected. Okay, so we select outside, we select the inside, and then we go select inverse, select modify, contract, 3, select inverse, delete, voila. Now we just that, so we have sort of a similar effect. It's still not the same as just having a thinner line on the inside. But I think it'll be helpful. So now I just get rid of that and our guideline. Get rid of that. Still don't know how I'm gonna manage it. And we can get rid of the rope. It's our new layer here. Rope. I'll do that. Drinking coffee for too long. Drinking coffee for too long, I can drink a bucket and go to sleep. It's fair. The body has a miraculous way of acclimating. Jesus Christ, you old people and your scheduled meal and sleep time. Don't worry, Hendris, it's gonna hit you. And when it hits you, it's gonna hit hard. It's the same with Andrew. He's gonna eat dinner at 6 p.m. and on the minute. Yeah. Yeah, the midnight end when I was struggling, yeah. I didn't drink coffee that night. Some nights I don't need to. Some nights I desperately need to. Coffee doesn't wake me up anymore. It just gives me a faster heart rate and I can't sleep. Still getting tired, but not falling asleep. Yeah, I didn't really think about the faster heart rate thing, and then I remember I drank some coffee in the morning. I was getting ready for like doing my stretches and exercise, and I was like, oh yeah, I have this heart rate monitor thing on my phone. I should try that out again. I haven't done that in a while. I'm like, oh my god, my resting heart rate's so much faster than I remember. It's like, oh right, I drank some coffee. But yeah, coffee, like, it was sold to me as this amazing, miraculous thing growing up. I'm like, oh, it gives you all this extra energy and you're super enthused about life or whatever. Just wake up And it's just like, for me, I mean, then again, I drink like weak stuff sparingly because I don't want to get addicted, but it doesn't really do that much. It can give it feels like it either just gives me enough energy to the point where I'm not like wanting to pass out, just gives me like the tiniest edge of wakefulness, not necessarily energy, just wakefulness. Or if I feel like if I drink too much, I'm just gonna end up with jitters and being kind of like ADD. I actually bought a coffee I want to try, but I gotta wait a bit. Oh. Wait for it to arrive. For me, mealtime is to do 2 kids. What? Like mealtime is when the kids need to eat? I wish it made me feel awake. I know you do. Dexter's Lab episode. I can't remember. I remember watching Dexter's Lab every once in a while, but I didn't have like proper TV growing up. Like I didn't have Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, so I didn't really watch too much of it because I couldn't. I bet Dexter's Lab and all of like those 90s cartoons are totally on Boomerang now, aren't they? They're the old ones. The old things. I can't handle coffee black. It hurts my stomach. Yeah, if there's a drink that's too acidic, it does bother me like that too. Like Irish breakfast tea I would drink in the morning, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore because it was just too acidic for me. But I did have a 1 week where I did an experiment, and I was trying coffee because I wanted to see how it would really affect me. And this was before I started drinking this weaker stuff. So with my parents, they would make a pot in the morning. Well, not really a pot because they use a, what's it called? French press. That's essentially a pot of coffee. So I got in on that, and they make theirs like black, like super strong. And I had tried that for a week, and it didn't actually do that much for me. So maybe I'm wrong about jitteriness. I don't know. Although every day you wake up, it's different. You have like so many variables because of your emotional state, how much energy you exerted in the day before and the day you're currently in, and all this other stuff, and how it's going to really affect you. That's why it can be so hard to tell. But yeah, coffee doesn't seem to really do crazy, amazing, wonderful things. Started drinking coffee in 7th grade. My goodness. Starting young. I didn't start till I was working at a coffee shop. But no, I gotta wait for my body to feel better fully. Yeah, I started last year? Yeah. But like now I'm just doing it because it just is a warm thing that tastes kind of nice. It's just another thing to drink so I don't just snack all day. And it's kind of like a placebo thing that I'm like, I'm drinking coffee, so I will be awake. Rather than it actually doing anything amazing for me. All right. Swirly doos. Let's grab some of you and see what we can do. Wait, so I have these swirls. No. That's the top. Okay. So we got this we're gonna throw in here. So tiny. Dealing with these kind of sizes. Which makes me think that this might have to be 2K. We'll see how, I don't know, muddy it'll, a little blurry. I guess blurry is a better word, how blurry it's gonna look in game. Another reason why I don't want to get into the details just yet either, because if I need to upscale this, it's still all kind of simple shapes, so it'd be easier to upscale it and it not get all weird. Want to think about how young I was, then I just feel old. So old. I've been drinking coffee for 20 years. Oh no. Maybe you started as an infant. You could be 20 years old for all we know. I win. When did Andrew start? Maybe you didn't win yet, Hundress. We gotta poll the rest of them. I've only been really drinking coffee for a little over 5 years. At least I win on the not really drinking coffee until just now. The one that's drunk the least amount of coffee. And I stand by it till proven otherwise. Ooh. Got Arsonist's Lullaby playing right now. I'm like, oh man, it's my jam. Oh wait, I don't want to do it like that. Gotta do it this way. 3 transform. Of course, our circle is not super symmetrical, but at least the inside is. So, Saxon's jam. It's also my personal jam. Probably like 4 a.m. and drunk. Oh wait, no, that's Tom. Tom does drink at night. Just ask the Unmaker. Let's see when the hell he'll answer. Oh yeah. 4 a.m. he couldn't possibly, Hendrix, because doesn't he wake with the sun? When the sun's awake, he is awake. He has to be there to praise it. I have it's been interesting now that I'm paying attention to it more as an adult, trying to get up early in the morning. I would get up a few times right as there's the sunrise happening, so the sky would be like amazing pink and orange and stuff. And normally I never really would pay attention to that. I wouldn't really see it. I wasn't interested. I just wanted to lay in bed forever. But it is really beautiful. And it's also obscured where I am because for the sunrise, there's just a bunch of trees in the way. And most of the year, there's foliage. There we go. So I can't really see it that well. But since it's in the dead of winter, you can see the sky much more clearly. This is definitely a location that's better with sunsets. Like the lake right there. Play nice. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna, if I merge the layers, the effects go away, which is annoying, but I kind of want to do that for our mock-up, so I'm going to layer merge down. Yes, it stays okay. Okay, I was testing it out there, because it happened before where I merged down the layer and I kept the FX. I'm used to it not, so I guess if I merge layers when it gives me that menu, then it gets rid of the FX. But if I just merge down, the FX seems to stay. I gotta remember that. It's nice. It's a nice feeling. Okay, I want to turn my symmetry back on and just paint. Can I paint? Can I paint? Paint this in real quick. Stroke isn't particularly good looking. Oh, and there's a lot of artifacting here too, so I'm probably gonna have to redo this one. If I want it to be as clean as possible. Which is kind of more of a perfectionist thing, I suppose, the more I think about it. It's like, well, I mean, I'm gonna be putting dust and dirt on these anyway. And texture. It'll probably be a non-issue. But I might have to redo it again regardless, just because the stroke got kind of weirded out. Oh, right. Oh, the symmetry. Okay. Symmetry off. I did the wrong one there. That's funny. Joke's on you. I'm a Saxon. A lower Saxon to be exact. Well, actually an Eastvale. Oh man. Saxon means something different to me now. You know Stardew Valley, right? You know that, right, Hendress? I just don't know if I'll like it or not. I mean, Zarlark, have you ever played Harvest Moon? Because I feel like you'd probably be more familiar with Harvest Moon, and it's essentially like that. Yeah, see, Hendra said the same thing. It's basically Harvest Moon when we needed Harvest Moon most, because we weren't getting a really good Harvest Moon for a while there. At least that's what it felt like to me, because they were having those name issues. And for a while, I don't think people, I mean, mainstream people haven't really caught on to the fact that it's gone through a name change and is now something Seasons or whatever, because Harvest Moon's still out there. And I think because those people were still producing the Harvest Moon games, everyone was like, this is super lame, I just want a good Harvest Moon. And the Stardew Valley people were like, hey, guess what? Guess what I've got? No, I have not. You haven't played Harvest Moon. Alright, well, Harvest Moon is pretty easy to explain, and it kind of sounds boring, like you're taking care of a farm. but it can be really, really enjoyable. So it's one of those things where I think you have to play it and really find out whether it's your jam or not. If you like slice of life kind of things, where like Animal Crossing, for example, where it's just like a slower country life kind of pace, where you're just hanging out, you're planting crops, you're taking care of animals, you're chatting with people, you're going to the bar at night, like that kind of slower pace, chill lifestyle. If you like that kind of gameplay, or you like watching shows that are like that, then oh my gosh, YouTube, yes, I'm still watching, keep playing music. Then you'll probably like Stardew Valley. It also comes with like some things that you can like collect. You can upgrade your farm area, you can do some exploring, and collecting different items to make food. That's like another, it's kind of a side element to the game, where you can use the things that you planted and the animal byproducts like eggs and stuff, and you can make food to then give to other villagers or win contests and stuff. Lots of company shenanigans and employees and all that. It's a Story of Seasons now. Yes, Story of Seasons. I need to keep my finger more on the pulse for that, like a new Harvest Moon game that I'm gonna really enjoy, get my hands on it. But I imagine that Story of Seasons, is it still pretty much locked to consoles? Because I know the new Harvest Moon, not really Harvest Moon, they're doing like Steam games now, but I would want Story of Seasons. So I would love to get that on PC rather than consoles, for obvious reasons, since I don't have any of the newer consoles. Oh wait, fudge. Can I go back? I don't know if I can go back all the way. No. Okay. I need to put on symmetry for this. Been doing all this without symmetry. Hate it. Hate it. Yes, there we go. Now I said I'd probably redo all of this. Close enough. And Harvest Moon itself the art style has changed considerably. Yeah, I noticed. That should be an easy way for people to tell. It's kind of different. But not always. Gotta get going. Glad I got to watch some of the stream this week. Oh, okay. Have a good rest. Sleep well. Hope you feel better in the morning. And I'm glad you visited. I appreciate it. Stardew Valley is basically learning by doing. I feel like most games, how it feels like for me. You get a bunch of tutorials in your face, but it's just like, I just want to learn by pressing buttons and figuring stuff out, guys. just give me this. Story of Seasons, it's become really gimmicky. Yeah, I just hear subpar stuff about it, like it's just not that good. I am still interested in Rune Factory. I want to kind of get back into that, because the fantasy Harvest Moon thing I did enjoy, but it was kind of shallow. Not that Harvest Moon games are really known for like deep and riveting plot and character development. But yeah, I want to keep my finger on the pulse of that too and see how that develops. If they get better mechanics and stuff like that. Don't really know what I want here. This eraser totally is not erasing cleanly. It's leaving like a ghost, as if the opacity or flow is not. Oh, okay, that's what it is. All right, fixed it. Want something like Friends of Mineral Town, you could try Harvest Moon DS or Sunshine Island. Sunshine Island is one I have not really heard of. I could probably watch a review on that, see if I'm into it. Like I said, I want to try out some more Rune Factory. I actually have my eye on one of the Wii ones. I forget exactly what it was called, but I feel like for my Harvest Moon fix, I'll probably go after that first. Check that out. But then, yeah, it's time to play some more Harvest Moon again. I do love it. I remember, oh God, what was it called? Magical Melody was like the easiest one I've ever played. Did not take me too long till I was like rolling in cash. Collecting all of the magical notes, I'm sure would take like forever and probably be hard, but to succeed as a farmer, it was ridiculously easy. Also a Magical Melody. Ah, yeah. Yeah. It was a good one, though. I mean, I did really like it. I liked the peppy, cute feel of it. And I enjoyed A Wonderful Life. It was much slower paced. Like, much more, the vibe of it was like, hey, let's just watch the water wash, like the waves on the beach. Let's just slowly walk through town. It was so sleepy town kind of pacing. There was not that much exploration to do whatsoever. But it was still fun. Let's try that. Turn symmetry off. This will be interesting. For transform. Flip vertical. Now I need. Okay. It's not really what I wanted. Turn symmetry back on, I suppose. Harvest Moon DS is basically the game engine and mechanics of... which one is that? With the map and characters of A Wonderful Life. Oh, Friends of Mineral Town, there we go. Brain's still working. I don't know, I think I enjoy Harvest Moon games, well, maybe not more. Like, I like the ones where I have more exploration in them. So while I did like A Wonderful Life, I feel like one of the things that would have made it more interesting for me and would have made it something that I enjoyed more was if I had a bigger map to run around in. Still remember my first Harvest Moon was Harvest Moon 3. I think it was the third on the Game Boy, and it had you could visit the village, and it was very subpar how you could do it. Like, you just hopped to like different buildings, like, oh, let's go to the movie theater. There was I guess it would basically be the forest where you could get some berries and stuff. It was very rudimentary. And then there was like the Lost Woods, essentially the Lost Woods, where you would come in and you could go in different directions, but it just overlapped. Like, it was just like the different sections, like in the Lost Woods, when you go into one area and then another and then another, and you don't really get anywhere. And I remember, because back then internet was not so great. We definitely had dial-up, and there was like the secret that I heard about where you could go if you followed a certain path in the Lost Woods, you would find an egg, and it might have been at a certain time of year or in a certain time of day. And if you got the egg, you could bring it back to your house, and it would hatch into like a bird, and like there was this whole thing, and I didn't know if it was real or not. But I remember trying to do it, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't get whatever the egg was they were talking about. I'm pretty sure it was just a fun fishing area. There might have been a secret, but I don't know if it was this egg thing. And I haven't really even thought about it or looked it up in so long. I should look it up again, see if that was like a legitimate thing. I'm all out of coffee. Disappointing, but I suppose it's probably for the best considering it's late. think the center is gonna need some work. So this one has the heads here, and then you have the praying skeletons on the banner. My heads here. Ah, there they are. I know of the egg. Oh my goodness. So the egg was real? What? What? I feel like these skulls might be too small. I mean, it looks nice that way, to be honest, but I think they're too small. Oh gosh, no. Oh, balls. Okay. That's better. I don't have the hands. That needs to change. It's gonna be way too small. I think I'm gonna have to take it from the banner. There's an event in the second year where you can catch a legendary fish in the lake that will give you a paraberry. After that, you can find an egg next to the lake, and after 30 days, a little chicken will hatch that you can use as a tool to boost the friendship with animals. Oh, what? Well, my goodness, 8-year-old me did not know about any of this. I think, okay, the legendary fish thing does sound familiar as well. I think I had learned that you could find a legendary fish by fishing there, because that was like the main attraction. You would go over there and there'd be water to fish in if you ran around enough. So I do remember a legendary fish thing, but I didn't know the full paragraph there. Okay, now I gotta go get my banner out. Oh man, it's still on the old drive, so it's in like a horrible disorganized state. What do we got? What do we got? There we go. Oh man, I just realized I could have just done a file open recent, because I did open this. Too little, too late. Want to open or drag over the hand itself. Boop. And skellies, why not? Eh. Alright, I need to go here. And erase or mask some of this. Being exactly in the middle here. If I do that though, this red probably has to go because it just confuses the issue. The hand is asymmetrical, so. Get rid of at least some of the red stuff. I'm gonna do is mask it off so I can look at it again if I want. Oop. Get out of here. Wrong one. Right one. Turn symmetry off so I can see what I'm doing. So I have these pieces that I'll probably do something with, get rid of. The skellies looked kind of good on this. But that might just be a color preference in my head right now, rather than anything else. Okay. I'm gonna try bringing this box in. I don't know if this is the shape I'm gonna want for this rug, but it's good to repurpose the designs and shapes whenever possible to have that unity thing going on. There we go. Okay, so that's perfectly centered. Not exactly working out well for the hand, though. Let me see, enlarging this a little bit. I'm gonna make a new copy before I do that. That's about as big as I would want to go, considering everything. Not getting helpful guides anymore. Which really stinks. I mean, it's snapping more or less. Yeah, it's so weird how sometimes it'll show them and sometimes it won't. I don't really know how to get it to do it on demand. It's another thing I have not looked up, so I don't know. Alright. Our hand sort of fits in that, so I can shrink it a little bit. Kinda works. I'm gonna go here and just bring this in a little bit more. And on this one as well. Kind of meet up with our hand box. Turn on our symmetry and curve this in a little. Yeah. All right. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna grab some of this red here. We just have a lot of the same color going on right now. We have that. That's interesting. I mean, is our handprint really that weird? Can we make it an actual black? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's better to have the effects on it. Makes it stand out more for sure. Okay, I guess we can try using the teal now. See what happens. I'm going to bring this out, this rectangular rug, so I can have it as our reference. And I don't think this makes that great of a reference because it's surrounded by black and a door. However, I'll keep it in mind. Right. I need to turn symmetry back on. It's way too addicting not to use. I just only wish that I could hide the symmetry lines. There's like nothing I can really do. Normally with guides like this, you can press Control H to hide, and they'll still be there doing their thing, but they just won't be obnoxiously in your face. I use it a lot with the free transform stuff. But you can use it with guidelines and everything. Pretty much everything, except for this. So it's really annoying. And I'm noticing right away that I can't really do the quarter, because it's, yeah. Let's switch our symmetry to this vertical nonsense, because that's gonna be much nicer for me. Say boo-boo on my part. I love how this was some tool that was like, oh yeah, it's a thing, I guess I could use it. It's been around for a while. I was just dragging my feet until the last moment to go, oh yeah, this is actually really useful. And now I'm addicted. The swirls. I don't really have that inner and then outer stuff, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do this, but it feels like I should do an overlapping transparency thing like I had done on this one. But I suppose I don't know, because this one doesn't have any of that. Doesn't have any of the teal. Grab that color and paint some of this. Yeah, that's not super helpful, is it? Nah. That's too subtle. It doesn't look that great. One of these are proof colors. There we go. I was looking at them like the colors don't even look the same. Alright. Plop that here. I see. Because this inner part was the transparent, wasn't the teal itself. It was the swirls and this inside area. How do I want to do this? Alright. I like the shape. I don't know if I'm totally sold on the color. I think that's more similar to this color here at the end. symmetry off. Dang it. Turn symmetry off. Yeah, definitely needs to be a different color. It's kind of the best color option we've got at the moment. I think that looks pretty good. So that are skellies. Okay, this might be too busy, but it looks pretty good. My main issue right now is these spiky bits. I don't think they're doing anything good for the picture right now, so... Going to... Ooh! Accidentally touched the chat. Make this a little bit fatter. Just kind of see what that looks like. This whole thing with this is the different layers to add dimension to the image. I think this is a bit better than the previous one. Brings more focus to the hand, but it's not enough. It's not chunky enough. So this should, I think, work better. So clearly, like, there is, you know, a right side up to these rugs, but I think that's just the nature of the fact that there's a hand, and so the hand isn't perfectly symmetrical vertically and horizontally. You can't, it's always going to be like one way or the other if you're going to have the black hand everywhere, and I feel like the hand is the most important to saying, like, yes, this is their stuff, because it's very much an assassin's cult. A cult usually has their logo or their beliefs plastered everywhere. You have, like, the tenets on the wall should have the imagery of them kind of everywhere as much as possible. So I think having the hand everywhere is pretty important. I think the bones are important too. I sometimes have mixed feelings about it being a little overkill of like, oh, just put a skull on it and then it's an assassin thing. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it could be like, nah, we can have, you know, rugs and furniture that doesn't have our logo emblazoned all over it, but it makes more sense, I think, on the simplistic level of having that black hand there. And I'm digging this area. I think this is gonna go really well with the thinner banner that we're gonna be making, or retexturing to meet our needs. So I think I'm gonna be kind of stealing this look for the thin banner and putting that there. Some of the shapes of this banner, I think I'm going to be copying the bottom piece and the edges being what they are. And I might have edges like that sort of similar in here. I haven't fully decided yet whether I want the darker fringes on the outside. It might be something. Actually, you know what? See what that looks like, because it's almost 8, but we got a few minutes. So I'm gonna grab that color. I'm gonna come over here and it's this layer, right? Yeah, probably. Go here. I have an empty layer here, just waiting to be used, so we'll just do the fringe thing here. Oh man. Looks kind of silly, but it'll work out, I think. See, that can be a repeating element, design element there. But yeah, I think that'll look pretty cool for the long banner. We'll see. I'm gonna line them all up. I'm gonna have them all on the main PST file and be able to see them all together and do any tweaks I might need. But I think this is pretty much good to go for now. Trying to think. Pretty sure this is it. It looks simplistic compared to that rug, but it looks more complicated compared to that banner, so gonna save and open up our graphic Bible, which isn't really, it's just kind of helpful. Close that out. Close that out. I don't think I really edited anything on this. Oh no, I did. I did the French thing, so yeah, save. Because I mean, if you click on a different layer, technically, it's like, oh, you edited the PST file. If you turned it on and off, you've got to resave. I'm gonna select this mask, so that means I just have the rug area selected, and I'm gonna copy all of it, paste it in here. It's like a way bigger texture than this one, just because you don't get the same with high fidelity. But like I said, I'll tweak all of that later. That's why I'm trying to keep it just simple right now. Okay. All right, I can't stand it. makes it pop out so much nicer. So I'm gonna be like looking at all of them. I kind of just want to be able to look at all of them. Yeah. Got something going on here. This is gonna be interesting. So the next one, I'm gonna do the long banner. And I gotta look if there was any other, I think there was the long repeating carpet, so I need to make sure that it's a repeating texture. I'm pretty sure that was it. There might have been one more squarish kind of rug. And then I can go into the game engine and look at how the lighting totally changes everything. It would be so helpful if I could just get a nice preview, like a render, just a render that will just like, because you have NIF scope that kind of renders your 3D model with the texture on it, but it doesn't seem accurate to actual Skyrim lighting and stuff. So just, it would be nice if I could get that kind of accuracy on the fly rather than loading up a game every time. Suppose beggars can't be choosers though. I'll live. Or I'll Google it and find out that I could have been doing it all along. Alright, it is 8 o'clock, so I will say thank you everyone for coming and hanging out, and those that stuck to the end, I appreciate you. I enjoyed the conversation. Harvest Moon. Zarlik, you'll have to tell us how you felt playing Stardew Valley if you get around to it. If you're in love with that kind of game or not, because I do know it's not for everyone, but if you dig that kind of stuff, you will love Stardew Valley. I can say that without even playing it, because I can tell an addictive substance when I see it. Spread the word if you enjoyed the stream, because it helps the community grow. Check out the Discord if you have not, and check out the events tab on this Twitch channel to know what we'll be streaming next. I actually screwed up. I was supposed to do that yesterday and I didn't, so I put up the events today. They don't have their images quite yet, but they're up there. So is that a Squirtle emote? Oh my gosh. See, I think that covers everything. So if you have comments or feedback about the stream, you can share them by using the feedback links on the Twitch info panel or the ReadMe text channel on the Discord. I've been looking into changing that a little bit. I don't know, I might be changing it to just be one link rather than like a few different links. Consolidate a little. But I'll let you guys know if that and when that happens. So, as always, from my heart to yours, good luck.